Alright team, the CS2 market's doing its favorite thing again, acting like it's collapsing, but somehow not dying. For weeks people were screaming crash, end times, knives are doomed, cases are done. And guess what? The crash never came. CS2's economy is still breathing and prices, instead of falling, are actually starting to climb again. So today we're breaking down why the crash didn't happen, where all the panic sellers went, and what's really going on with CS2's market after Valve's updates. Buckle up! No hysteria, just straight talk and a bit of fun. Remember just 3 weeks ago when everyone swore the CS2 market was finished? Bubbles popped, knives are dead, it's all crashing. Traders were panicking, marketplaces were flooded with dumps, and every chat sounded like a funeral. Fast forward 3 weeks. No crash, no apocalypse. Instead, the market bounced back like it always does. So why didn't it collapse, even though all the signs were pointing that way? First, the whales didn't sell. Big inventories, collectors, and seasoned crafters simply held the line. They've seen this pattern too many times. Panic isn't a sell signal, it's a cool down. While rookies were panic selling, veterans were sipping coffee and waiting for gravity to pass. Second, no new high-tier items came in. Valve didn't release fresh golds or glove lines. The market stayed supply-starved. Without new drops, rarity held strong. Devs were quietly running tests, not pumping new cases, so scarcity worked like armor. Prices stayed afloat. Third, players themselves saved the market. After the latest update, people came back to play, open cases, and buy coverts. Momentum shifted from fear to curiosity, and demand climbed back. Add in the big foreign resellers quietly building up stock for long-term holds, and that alone gave the charts oxygen. And finally, everyone's just tired of panic. Every patch, every little spike, it's always CS2 is dead, again and again. But this isn't crypto or NFTs, it's Counter-Strike. People don't invest in hype, they invest in emotion, nostalgia, and that dream of finally unboxing a knife. So no, the crash didn't happen. The market took a deep breath, survived 3 weeks of hysteria, and kept moving. While other platforms are killing the lights and going down for maintenance, GGDrop runs like clockwork, steady, confident, no surprises. And while some are flatlining, GGDrop is giving plus 15% on your deposit with promo code TRADE15. Perfect timing, the market's shaking, everyone needs reds, so it's the best moment to loot covert skins and stack a base for crafting. Links in the description. Jump in, activate TRADE15, and let's go. As long as people still believe in the reds, the CS2 economy stays alive and kicking. So what's happening after the panic? The market didn't just survive, it started climbing back. Not a dead cat bounce, but a slow, confident, deliberate recovery. Over the past few weeks, CS2's total market cap has climbed again, almost back to its earlier highs. Top-tier items, knives, gloves, rare collections, are regaining ground. And the mid-tier, those covert and classified skins, are absolutely alive again, because that's where the money flowed. While everyone was watching charts waiting for the bottom, players started buying what was affordable and safe. Not $2,000 knives, but $100 reds. Small enough to hold, big enough to matter. That wave of mid-tier demand pushed prices upward, and suddenly, sellers began canceling trades. Yep. Listings went up, then disappeared once people realized prices were rising. It's become a bidding war for Covert. Buyers push bids, sellers panic cancel their listings, and charts flash green again. Collectors holding rare sets? They're chilling, sipping coffee, watching their inventories grow in value. Valve helped too. After the last update, the game became smoother, FPS went up, and players simply came back. And when people play more, they start caring about what's in their hands. Even if you're not a trader, it just feels better to queue with a shiny skin. So here we are. The market expected disaster, got an upgrade instead, a bit of fresh air, and a dose of confidence. It's back to basics now, less panic, more buying. CS2 is back on its feet, and reds are once again the currency of faith. But of course, it wouldn't be the CS2 market without a new problem. The crash didn't happen, prices are up, and now we've got trade reversals. If price drops were the old enemy, cancellations are the new one. Here's what's going on. A buyer completes a trade, pays, gets the item, all fair and square. A few days later, the seller sees the chart climbing and hits cancel boom. The deal's undone, the buyer's out, and that same skin relists at a higher price. And this isn't some rare glitch. It's happening everywhere. Chats are flooded with screenshots. Bought gloves, got refunded the next day. Marketplaces places shrug. That's how the system works. Valve stays silent, pretending it's not their problem. And with no clear protection for buyers, people start picking sides on where they still trust to trade. The result? Confidence takes a hit. The numbers look good, but the trust behind them is cracking. You can plan everything right, time your entry perfectly, and still lose your deal just because someone decided to change their mind. So yeah, the crisis might be over, but the next threat isn't from Valve or the economy. It's from the community itself. Until this reverse and relist circus gets fixed, the CS2 market will keep living on a powder keg, not from price crashes, but from people. Let's be honest, the market survived, but that doesn't mean it's won. Right now, everything's running on emotion and leftover hype, and with autumn turning into winter, things usually slow down for Counter-Strike. Valve goes quiet, updates get smaller, player activity dips. So the next few months are more about stabilization, not another surge. Here's what to expect. First, growth will cool off. We're already seeing demand flattening, the Covert hype calming down, knives holding steady, and the mid-tier that exploded in 3 weeks slowly catching its breath. That's fine. It's the market's natural rhythm. Those who held instead of panic selling are now sitting comfortably in profit. Second, money will shift around. Some of it's already flowing into collectibles, old cases, vintage stickers, rare sets. People are tired of chasing spikes and are parking value in stable, long-term assets. It's less flashy, but it's safe. Third, expect a new spark by spring. Valve's clearly cooking something. New collections, a mission journal, maybe even an operation. When that drops, player activity will spike again, and the market will light up. Just don't get swept up in the hype cycle all over again. And finally, if the trade reversal issue stays unsolved, it's a ticking bomb. The market may look healthy on the surface, but without trust, it can't grow for long. The next 1 to 3 months will be a stress test. The smart traders will come out stronger, and the impulsive ones will be left holding empty cases. This isn't the end of the story, just a calm before the next storm. Time to wrap it up. The crash everyone's been screaming about for 3 weeks never happened. The market's alive, breathing, and somehow looking stronger than before. But don't pop the champagne just yet. The storm just changed direction. CS2's economy keeps proving it follows its own rules. The usual logic of drop equals doom doesn't apply here. As long as there are drops, trades, and that rush of excitement, the market will keep moving. Sure, we've got problems, reversals, scams, Valve's eternal silence, but those are growing pains, not death sentences. The trick is simple. Don't panic. If you want to survive in this market, use your brain, not your feelings. Watch the updates, think ahead, and don't chase hype. CS2 isn't just a shooter anymore. It's a full-blown economy with psychology, timing, and nerves of steel. So stay the course. Where others see chaos, we see opportunity. Panic comes and goes, but smart trades stay. This was Dale. Don't smash, sell all, keep your balance, trust your reds, and I'll see you in the next one.